What is the baddest? And I mean the baddest radio podcast in the land.
And you know it's the dad movement. Quit playing with me. It's the dad movement.
Are we gonna play now? Ready for the show? I'm about to take down, you already know. You got one life, so live it right. Keep your friends tight and your family in sight. Never cease to fight for the things you think are right. Cause you just might find you control your own mind. Hey.
Welcome everybody. Welcome back to the Dad Movement Podcast. I know I say this, quite frequently, but today we have a very, very special guest. Being honest, I wouldn't be doing any of the fatherhood work I'm doing. I wouldn't have the desires I have for fatherhood if I wasn't blessed with such a phenomenal father. So today, I want to introduce you to Big Norm Sr. My dad is here. How you doing today?
I'm doing well.
Doing good?
Doing well, yeah.
All right. Well, it's good to have you today. You looking good?
It's an honor to be here.
Yeah, I like it.
I
like that.
It is.
You almost look as fly as me today.
That's too hard.
I'll take that compliment. Y'all hear that? He said it's too hard. It's good to have you. This is one I was a little nervous about, being honest. Every son, you create this, this thing inside of you where you want to please your parents, which is, I think it could be a good thing. Sometimes we go a little too far with it, right? It's like, look what I can do, right? But you always want to honor your parents. And I knew today it was going to give me a time to honor you and us to have a real conversation. So, I'm excited to have you here. How's your day been going so far?
Oh, it's been going good here.
Been going good?
Yep. I had an appointment this morning.
Yep.
Did that appointment and got back home, and it's like a whiz.
Yep.
Yeah, good here, and then the puppy wants to play, and but I got it going.
You got it going.
Yeah, and I made it here.
Made it here.
Yeah, it's awesome to be here.
I like how you said, that whiz moment, right? That'd be the story of a lot of our lives. Before we got started, I was talking to Lucas about being busy and working and busy, and how you almost make your identity out of that as a man. Like, as long as I'm staying busy, I feel productive.
Right.
I'm doing good. If we're not more intentional in the spaces that we go in and the work that we're doing, that we labor in vain a lot of times, and I do it a lot. I always say that, quick, what can I do quick? Ooh, moving this, and this. And it's like, I always compare it to the three little pigs, that the ones who built their house out of sticks and straw.
Quick.
It was quick and easy. They was playing, turning up, doing everything, while the other one was building their house out of brick. And when the trials in life come, because they gonna come, right? You see what's built to last. And I think making sure that we're intentional on the work that we're doing, that we're taking care of home, and that everything that we're doing is within our calling. So I think it's just important of what we put. I love hard work, but how intentional we are in the work that we do.
And that's a good.
What you think about that? No.
Yeah,
You don't gotta disagree with me. What you think?
No, I said that's a good stand to take.
Yeah.
But no matter how you prepare for it, it's always a challenge.
That sounded good what I said, but you're right.
Yeah, it's always a challenge, but it's a good challenge.
Yeah.
So, you look around and think what it's about, and then inspire you to go on and do it more, So, and I think that's just a man's nature. He just a father. He wants to keep things moving.
Yep.
Keep the girls happy.
Yeah, man.
And the son.
How you do that? I don't know. I still ain't got the recipe for keeping.
I'm still working on it.
All right. And you got 3 girls. I got
3 girls.
And a wife. And you've been married for how long?
42 years.
42 years.
To God be the glory.
Word. You couldn't do it on your own, huh?
Even with him there, he has to push me.
Yeah, I feel it.
But it's a good push.
It is.
It's a love push, and there's nothing wrong with striving for taking care of your responsibilities.
Yeah.
It's not.
I agree. You know, and like I said earlier, I learned how to become a father, how to become a man, through my heavenly Father, but through you as well.
Right.
You know, you've taught me so much of what it takes to become a man, how to provide. And, you know, my whole goal with this thing is to keep it pushing. You taught me something, but I got to keep it going. I can't just rest in what everything you taught me, you know, or I can't, like I've had to apologize to you before, where I put you on a pedestal and I made you the standard when you're learning and you're growing as well, where my thing is to learn from you, identify mistakes in it, and to take it to the next level. And, you know, my children to do the same.
Right. That's a good one to have, you know. As a father, you want to set the bar and the mark, but then at the same time, you're human too. So you're going through trials and failing sometime and conquering sometime, and it's up and down thing. So you never want to get to the place that you think you got it all figured out. You know, it's a day-to-day base. The Lord tells you, don't worry about tomorrow. Tomorrow has sufficient enough trouble for itself. Just get through today.
Get through today.
Yeah, and be thankful.
Yeah. I like that.
That's good.
I like that. I think, you know, as I'm about to become a father again, about to have my second child.
Congratulations.
Right? Getting ready to have a little girl, little Gia. She'll be here in less than a month, probably like a month. And you know, it's different to get ready to do that again. And, you know, the first time I wasn't married, I was in a relationship, didn't work out. We co-parent well together. The mother of my child, she does a phenomenal job. But now it's different. It is. It hit a little different. I'm married now. The responsibility has changed now. What advice would you give for a new father? If you were sitting down with a new father, what's some advice you would give them?
For a new father, I think the advice for a new father would be, you have to not put yourself in the position that everything they want and not what they need. I think the most important thing is having you there. You know, a lot of people, I know when I first became a father, I just thought I wasn't equipped enough to be a father, you know, so I ran away. Kind of went to the Army and
I'd rather go to the Army.
And got away. But later, as I traveled around the world, I came to the conclusion that was where my heart was. So I learned the hard way. And a lot of lessons I learned the hard way, that I came back and I really knew that time and patience and presentation and being there for her. And, you know, that's everything. You can't put a price on it.
No.
You know, even if, you know, you can't do all this and do all this, but if you, like the Lord, is faithful to you, faithful to them, then it'll all work out.
It'll work out.
With love. There's no price on it. No price.
So you were saying that you had a baby coming. So it got real, a lot of pressure. You ran to the Army.
Sorry.
I ran to the Army. I don't know. I'm scared to go into the Army. I think I would have ran somewhere, but not to the Army. That sounds like a lot of pressure. But no, all jokes aside, you went to the Army, and thank you for serving.
Yeah.
Which is very honorable to do. What was it like coming back in? So after running away, like a lot of fathers that I know, being honest, it get tight and they leave the picture. What was that process like coming back and trying to get back into your child's life and the mother, who is your wife now, but the mother's life? What was that like?
I think it was a good return. You know, I felt more confident and focused. So I knew exactly what I had to do.
You had some money with you, huh?
I had some money. Yeah, I had some money.
Okay.
And it was just, that time getting away to myself and not being around,
Yeah.
it just focused me more on what life was about.
Yeah.
Around my friends that I met along the way, and and when I got back, I didn't want to do anything but focus on that, and it was a good thing.
What do you think, in being a father, what are the biggest hurdles or trials? Like, what's been the hardest moment as a father what would you say?
The biggest hurdles and trials is basically when your children are in a relationship and making sure that they're all right.
Yeah.
I have daughters on each coast, from Boston to Washington State, and I have a daughter local, but making sure that they're
Keep going. You good.
making sure that they're safe, and my grandchildren along with that. I mean, I think that's the biggest thing for me. If everybody's safe, and it's not, if they have what they need, and they're happy, I'm okay with that. I don't set goals for that. That's a God thing, relationship of being married, and I just, their wellness is very important to me, even now.
Even now.
It
and that's
never
so crazy.
stops.
That's who just called me. What's Casey? Your daughter.
Right,
So,
right.
wow. Yeah. No, it just never stops. And that's, I think that's something that I've seen a lot of dads have to deal with. Not just relationships as far as significant others, but friendships too. You see your children in friendships that you don't, may not be their best interest, or it compromises who they are and things like that. And that's tough. I can only imagine to see that. But to know, the thing is, I don't care how much money you have.
Right.
I don't care where you work at or who you think you are, who you think you aren't. There's only so much you have to do. A lot of times it's letting your children figure those things out.
Right.
What you have installed in them is already there.
Yeah.
When they were in your care, in your household. Don't get me wrong, they're always going to be your children.
Right.
But they are still going to have to, Martin Lawrence says, no one is immune to the trials and tribulations of life.
Right.
And that's our children and our loved ones too. So you want to be there to protect. You want to be there to support, which is okay. But a lot of it, they have to figure out. Me being a fatherhood program coordinator and co-parenting with the mother of my child, right? I can't control what goes on at her household.
Right.
I want to be there to support, and I want to be there to protect my daughter. But there's only so much I still can do. And I think that's understanding our limitations as fathers is so important, because I think we live with a lot of that shame and guilt of I wish this and I and these things, but there's only so much you can do. You're only human, like you mentioned in the beginning.
And that's a lot of responsibility on the child.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Making different decisions. And I mean, sometimes I look at the world and, the things that are going on, it's like children have it really difficult.
It's tough.
It is. It's a difficult thing for them now, because it's just so much going on around them, just the time of everything, electronics and what's on TV, and, for me, growing up was like kicking a can, playing baseball all day, being creative, and just having fun, running through the fruit trees, and just being outside.
Yeah.
And now, it's totally different.
It's different.
So it's a challenge.
It is. It's a different time. And I think it's hard as a dad to figure out your place in the midst of all of that thing. So your kids are on electronics and they are playing and they want to do those things and they're stuck in a phone. And it's trying to find a balance of how to meet them where they're at. Okay, you playing the game? Okay, I'll come play with you for a little bit, right? And trying to meet them and try to, embrace some of the things that they like. But then still, too, they have to be willing to come outside and ride a bike and go hit a ball.
Exactly.
And it's finding that balance. But, I think it's something we have to do. You see, there's been a lot of stuff going on in the world. I know it's been a lot of stuff going on in the Muskegon community right now. And a lot of times, I didn't feel like this early on before. People always say, like, hey, I know you work with fathers. That's such important work. That's the way to build back communities. And I think I would agree half the time, and I really didn't believe it like that, just being a buck. But now having these opportunities and working with more fathers and seeing fathers and children relationships develop, I truly believe that fatherhood is one of the biggest pieces to the puzzle of fixing the community, building better men and women, and doing our part, man. I think that is just a huge piece of it.
If I could do anything to the world now, it's to give everybody a father.
Wow.
We have our Heavenly Father,
but
on the children's level, to also be able to give everybody a father. Go into the correction facilities and men are ready to do like I did, go away and come back, and now they're prepared, revived, and that's what they want to do, just take it on, And then I think you would see a lot more fathers running around outside and flying a kite like we always or playing baseball or basketball or, and just teaching your kids to ride bikes. I got an old Western Flyer, and that's probably old as anything.
Pretty old,
but I still jump on it.
You do.
And my grandkids love, and all my kids I taught to ride, and just to a park grassy, push them down.
Push them down the hill. Yeah. That's how I learned. You just push me down the hill. I don't think I had no training wheels to start off with. It was just go down the hill.
It's grass.
Secret swim. That's life. You either go find out or not. We'll find out when you get down the hill.
And you guys are good bike riders.
I did. I did.
And that was fun.
It
was fun. We'd go to East Grand Rapids and grab a malt or
grab
something
some ice
to
cream.
drink, ice
Yep,
cream, and we'd have your friends with us.
Yeah, they used to come.
Our little parties in the neighborhood for birthdays.
We had a sense of community. Shout out to Benjamin.
And we that's what makes the neighborhood. It brings you close. And still, we have friends from those neighborhoods that we met this morning. At the barbershop.
Cut our hair.
And he's from the neighborhood, and I was telling him, I remember when you used to come out of your grandmother's house with Big Mama's wig.
With her wig, he used to dance with her wig out,
laugh,
and she'd be chasing, trying to get her wig back.
And you know what he said?
What?
He said, that's when I had the most fun. He said, now I'm starting to get back into that, having fun.
Yeah. Man,
and that just blew me away.
Yeah, man. Yeah. But you were the father for our community for a long time. Like everybody was borrowing my dad. You know what I mean? Everybody was, even now the kids next door, they come and ask for you, to come. Hey, Mr. Norman, you want to ride my bike with me? Mr. Norman, you want to shoot some hoop? Mr. Norman, can I use your screw? The kid that's doing, Mr. Norman, can I borrow your shovel? I'm like, what? What's going on? She a 7-year-old girl asked her to borrow a shovel so she could dig holes in the backyard. But he's a community father, and I think that's what it takes. It takes men stepping up and being fathers, not only for our children, but for the community.
It is. So everybody helps everybody.
That's it.
Everyone reach someone, And if we had that, be a piece of cake.
Be a piece of cake.
It would.
I don't know if it'd be a piece of cake, but we get it right
compared to what it is. It is something sweet.
Man. I commend you on doing that, because I find myself in similar situations where I want to obviously help the community with fatherhood, but it's because I had somebody to see do that. Right, and even though I took some turns in the wrong directions.
Me too.
You did too. Yeah. But even though I strayed away for a
Right.
while, I mean, yeah, I couldn't imagine that. Like when I was going doing my own thing, you know, to put it in a kid appropriate language. When I was just, were you ever like, maybe what I was teaching him didn't work, or maybe he headed down a whole different direction than I intended?
No, you just trust what you put in them.
Wow.
You know, you just trust it. You know, whenever he comes to you, he know you know
Yeah.
where he's going. Because we all go through a growing period, you know, where we mature and we learn and we fall back on what we've been taught.
Yeah.
For the most part.
For the most part.
You know, and you just got to keep praying and it works out.
Man, yeah, no. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you know, it's just it's good to be here. You know,
Yeah.
everybody doesn't know my story, your story, but you know, just life. You know, sometimes it just takes you down a direction that you shouldn't even, you know, that you never planned on going down. You
Right.
know, and it was good though that I always, you provided a space where I could always come and talk to you.
Mm-hmm.
Shame prevented me from coming a lot of times and talking to you about certain things, you know, but I did. I mean, you know, most of the worst parts of my life, and I was able to call you, and it was nice to be there for you to support me in it, right? But you couldn't carry the burden for me, though, either, though. You know, it was like, you got to.
I used to always tell you, you know, I said, I can help you if you help yourself.
Yeah.
But if you get in the system,
In the judge, yeah.
my money is not long enough to cover lawyer fees and court costs. And I said, we'd both be out on the street, you know. So I said, don't put me in that position that I can't help you.
Yeah.
So you never really put me in that position.
I had a little
so
bit of situation.
Yeah.
But it worked out. It worked out. No, I agree.
good.
I agree. Yeah. All right. No, man. That's, yeah. I'm going to switch gears a little bit.
Okay.
And I got some questions just 3 questions, and then we're going to get out of here. I ain't going to make it long and make it extra, but 3 questions that I came up with.
Okay.
I'm going to draw them randomly. See, do this one first. I'm going to ask this question. You let me know. I want to say this one, and you guys will see why later. I'm going to say that one.
Okay.
But the other ones I'm going to ask. I'm
Okay.
cheating. Yeah, I'm cheating.
Okay.
Ooh, I think this goes right on pace with what we were just talking about. Name a time you were most disappointed in me.
Very few times
Okay.
that I know of.
What was the time where you, and be honest, you can be honest, what's the time you felt you were just like, I broke your heart in some ways, or just disappointed in me?
I think the one that stands out for me is at school.
Oh, when
and
I
a
was,
teacher told me. Right.
I remember when I was taking, I had I got in trouble at school one day.
Right.
And so what happened was, that's how I started when I got home. What happened was, I had gotten in trouble. We had a sub that day at school. And I was the kid, because my dad ain't play. I got whoopings, all of it, right? But I would play to the line where you ain't going to call my mama, but I might have to sit out for recess. So I'm not going to go that far, but I'm going to try to play it in the middle a little bit. Well, we had a sub one day, and she ain't had no line to cross. If you said the wrong thing, your name was going on the board, and you were going to get a conduct card. And I had got a conduct card that day for talking too much. And I don't know what I did. And I got one. And you're supposed to take it home and sign it. So that night, I took it home. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to sign it myself. And my sister was with me. And I was like, she's like, wait, you're going to want to practice before you just do that. So I turned it over on the back of the contact card with green marker. I'm practicing my dad's signature. Signed it. It's like, you know what? I'm going to bring this to school. This is going to work. I'm right at school. He said, hey, wait, stop right there. You sign this. Take another. Now you got 2 conduct cards. And you take this home and you get it signed. Well, I was scared lifeless because now I got 2. So I went back the next day with no signature. And every day you didn't get a signature, you got another conduct card. Well, let's just say Norman got to about 7 or 9 conduct cards. And I'll never forget, I had a day at school. I got another conduct card. I ain't care now. I was stuffing them in my wallet. You know, we here now. You know what I mean? Once you got 1, 15 ain't gonna matter. So I go home, and I remember going in the basement where my video game was, and I went to go play my video game, and I was like, dang, where's my video game system? And my parents were upstairs. I'm like, you know what? I went upstairs like, hey, Mom and Dad, hey, how y'all doing? Man, I was about to play some video games. Y'all see my video game system? I was like, no, but have a seat. I was like, yeah, man, I have a seat, but y'all see my video game? And like, no, but we got a call, and they pulled out a conduct card, and they had told you what had happened. And let's just say, I still got some battle wounds today to match that story. But yeah, you were very disappointed in me.
Yeah, but overall, you know, you never really, you kind of went along with, you know, whether we were doing anything special or just hanging out, you know. So I never really,
was disappointed in me that much. Okay.
Nope, never.
All right, yeah, I know you were disappointed because I lied too. That was one thing you didn't tolerate was lying.
Yeah.
No, I'm wrong. Okay.
Yeah.
No, go ahead.
Yeah. That was one of them. But another incident that you were sitting in the class and you took something that wasn't yours.
Did that.
And they said you took it.
Yep. And they caught you.
Yeah.
They
said you stole.
Stole it. And my dad didn't play stealing and lying. And they thought I stole a Pokemon card, right? And what had happened was a friend had a birthday party that day, and he passed out Pokemon cards to everybody for the gift to the classroom. Well, I went to the bathroom, and when I came back, I got to my desk like, wait, I ain't get no Pokemon card. So I asked him, like, hey, I didn't get one. He said, you know what? I got a couple extras on the teacher desk. Just take one of them. So I was like, cool. I took it, put it in my pocket, and left. But the teacher thought I stole it. And when he said he called my dad, I think they had already called him, like, because you go from one classroom to the other. It's in the same room, but there's a divider. So I had went to the other side. So in between going to the other side, he had already called my dad. So when it was time to transition back, he transitioned me to the office. It's like, your dad gonna meet you there. As soon as they said my dad was gonna meet me in the office for stealing, I had an asthma attack. They got me a brown bag. I'm hyperventilating. Try to breathe because they had told me they had called my dad. And that was the time you were very disappointed.
It was.
And I remember I got a whooping then, and you were whooping me. And one thing that I said that really made you mad in the middle of the whooping is I was like, Dad, I won't do anything anymore. I want to be just like you when I grow up. And you really didn't like that line at all.
And that was something. But looking at it all, I had some disappointing times too, you know. Of being accused of taking stuff.
Yeah.
You know,
right,
and that was a heartbreaker.
Yeah.
You know, and that's now that I look back over it, you know, why do you wait this long and get caught doing something you're not supposed to do?
Yeah.
You know, there was some background with it, but, you know, we're not going to go through that.
No.
But it was pretty much that broke my heart to have you to know that our name and, you know, your trust and and everybody encouraged me, you know, because they knew there was some extenuating circumstances. Yeah. And, you know, that was a tough one. So, you know, during life, you know, decisions you make, you always gotta be aware
Yeah.
It might look good, but if you know in your heart that that's not the right thing to do, choose the right thing.
Wow.
Because the name is worth pictures of apples and vases of silver.
Yeah,
The Bible says.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Yeah, damn.
And I didn't know that to a certain extent because I do things and wouldn't get caught. So it was just kind of my makeup, you know, and I mean, I wasn't a regular, but, you know, I wasn't afraid.
Yeah.
But when I had children, I changed the whole thing, you know. And when I went through what I went through, that was a tough one. But thank God He forgives.
Yeah, and His mercies are new every day. Yeah,
yes.
No. But and that's it too. I think one thing I had to learn is I had put you so high on a pedestal that you could do no wrong. And I think you're always setting someone up for failure when you put them on a pedestal. So that's one thing that I've learned. But nah, man, I always appreciate your honesty and you keeping it real with me. That was a good question. I wrote that, and it's still a good question. All right. All right, I got another question. We got two more, and then we're gonna get out of here. Oh, I like this one. What is your proudest moment? Your most proud moment of something that I've done, or just a time where you were most proud of me.
The time that I was most proud of you. It's the present. And the way you're approaching fatherhood in your marriage and just set on being a good father. I mean, it's a part of you. You wear it well, and I'm thankful for that. You know, not like you said, not to brag or anything like that, because we're all human. But I'm real honored. If I could have about 5 more sons like you, I'd take them in a heartbeat. Because I love you, son.
I love you too, Pop. Nah, I really appreciate that. I do. You know, because like I said, I really believe I wouldn't be here, you know, in the position that I am without you. You know, you created a blueprint, and you know, in your mistakes, in your transparencies, and in our hardest moments, that, you know, to keep waking up and keep moving forward and understanding that it's a God thing.
It's not easy.
It's not.
You don't want that.
No.
You don't want that.
No.
And I don't want that for you.
No. So, no, I'm grateful. All right. I like this one too. We're going to end on this question right here. Our favorite moment together, a time where we had a really good time, one of your most favorite memories of us.
When we go to the lake in the cottage.
Oh, yeah.
And just let you do whatever you like to do.
Yeah.
Ride bikes or
Go
fishing or, you know, just walk around
with the kids.
And just be together in the campfires. Yeah, that's touching to me.
Yeah.
You know, just your presence.
Wow.
I always enjoy being around you.
Yeah, I'll be pulling down on y'all a lot. I just be stopping by the house now, just checking in.
But still,
Yeah.
just your presence.
Yeah.
I could never get tired of you.
Man.
Never.
All right.
Good. I love you, son.
I love you too, Pops. I you know, I
Proud
think
of you.
one of my favorite memories of us is, I remember when we used to go fishing, and I remember one time we went fishing, and horrible day. I did horrible that day. I kept tangling our line, and I was pulling it, and I was pulling too hard, and I fell in the water. And I had to sit out there for like 4 more hours in wet clothes. It was getting cold out. I was getting bit by mosquitoes, and I sat in the car. And I just remember that day, though. I mean, there's no happy ending to that. I didn't catch a fish or anything, but it was just a good opportunity to go out there, you know, and just hang out. But yeah, I mean, a lot of favorite memories. And it's like, I'm a kid who never had brand new Jordans. But you know, you've always helped me and supported me, always been there. But I never had a brand new car, right? But you always were there. You showed up and supported and loved on me, and that's priceless. I don't even remember half of the things that you bought me, right? But I remember a lot of the times that we had together. So if that's one message for anybody listening in, that to stop focusing on presence,
right,
and focus on the present and the time together, and keep, and just keeping each other near and dear, it's priceless. As I get older, as my father gets older, as I become a father again, time keeps going. It doesn't stop. It doesn't stop.
It goes faster.
It goes faster, I bet, and it's just times like this, and being able to sit here that I cherish. And you always tell me too, like, Rashad, don't get caught up in things. Don't get caught up in this. I'm like, well, Dad, but if I could do this, I could buy this. He said, it'll be here today, it'll be gone tomorrow. Do not get caught up in things. And, there's certain things that you say that just hit different, that I can finish some of your lines because you said them so much, right? But that's one that I'm not even there yet. I haven't accomplished, don't have the house on the lake, none of that stuff. Don't have any of that. I'm still trying to get it out the mud, right? Still trying to get there. But I can already see that the little that I do have, that you can't please flesh. There's always going to be more and more that I want. I get this up. Wait, there's a new one that just came up. Oh, this one do that instead of that. It just never stops. You can't please it. And to focus more on love and family, building your community up, and carrying a good name. That's priority,
because these things will take up all your time trying to get them. Yeah. And like you neglect family and quality hours and time, you can't get that back. Yeah. Just take it slow, and what is for you, the Lord will make sure it gets to you.
Man. This is my first time ever tearing up on a podcast episode, but so grateful. Thank you, Luke, for shooting this one today.
Thank you, Luke.
Thanks, Dad, for coming down. Those who are listening in,
for having me.
Oh, no problem.
It's an honor and a pleasure.
My man.
Privilege.
We got Father's Day coming up. We got a few weeks away, but I encourage someone to reach out to your dad. I don't care what the situation is, whether who's right, who's wrong, if there is a situation. But I feel like I'm just speaking to someone right now. This time is priceless. A lot of things that we argue or we build walls up for, is all it is something I always see dads regret when they don't have the opportunity anymore to spend time with each other, right?
Life is too short.
Life is too short. Make that call. I don't care if he was absolutely wrong and everybody in the neighborhood agree with it, right? It don't matter. Right. It's not worth it.
It's not.
So, be okay with saying I'm sorry if you've done something wrong too. But reach out to your father, reach out to the male mentor in your life, and reconnect. That's what it's about. We got to grow as men. I always want to challenge you guys. I always feel challenged to live the things that I'm speaking. So that's my challenge to everybody. All right. Well, take care. Have a blessed one. Enjoy the dad movement. Get with it.
Thank you.